Class 4 for the second on the programme sees the return of Zero Hedge. He's been off the track since January. This is a 1,200-metre contest. Joe Merrill will jump on board from barrier 4. Young Empire, I imagine, will roll from barrier 1. Marvel Joy likes to get going as well, but he's come up with barrier 11. 70-70. Blinker's gone for the first time as he tackles Happy Valley under race conditions for the first time. Butte, runner-up behind Bingo last time out. Victory Power, fourth on debut. And down to Rookie Star, the gear comes off. He's 0 for 9 so far. Actually eligible for Class 5. They're going with a lightweight, though.
Young Empire and Good Companion, barriers 1 and 12, the bookends of the barrier stalls, potentially could fire across. Zero Hedge to race handy. Butte looking for a spot in behind. Numero Uno's come up with a much better barrier, should position closer. Royal Prerogative's a chance of going forward. And 70-70 was forward in a recent trial, so that was at the Valley as well. So potentially there could be a reasonable tempo here.
Zero Hedge will get a nice run according to the speed map there, and you can see him here. He's dropped 17 pounds coming into this race, so he's trimmed up a little bit. 133 pounds he has to carry on race day though. But Joe Merrill, he's jumped aboard the Zero Hedge. Boy and Boy, he's been racing quite well recently without just managing to get that win. He might find it a little bit more awkward in barrier 9, but his track work suggests that he hasn't lost any of his fitness or anything. He seems to be going along nicely enough there. And 77, as you mentioned, this is without the blinkers, but the blinkers will go on for the first time. They'll take the hood off. Barrier 8 for him. So he's another one that's only had limited starts here and seems to still be improving.
All right, OK, that is David Hall and Zach Purton. Butte's already a winner. Let's have a look at him in action. Boy and Boy yet to win, but there wasn't a great deal between them last time out.
No, I've got a bit of time for Butte. He hasn't really run a bad race at his last 4 or 5 starts. He did chase Bingo here, who got a pretty sort of soft time on the lead, and I thought the effort was solid. I think potentially there will be a little bit more pace in this race. It'll suit Butte. It'll suit the horse that runs into third too, in Boy and Boy. But as Paul mentioned from the 9, he'll probably have to drag that maybe a spot further than he would have liked.
Yeah, both those two horses weren't suited at all on that race. So this race, I think, will be suited a lot better for them.
All right, OK. Well, let's go to Matthew Chadwick now, ride Victory Power. Quite a nice fourth on debut. Quite a decent price too.
Matthew, Victory Power, we spoke to you leading into that debut performance of his. What did you think of it?
Yeah, he ran very well. We had to take him back from the wide alley, so he did what we thought he would do. He ran home nicely in the straight, so hopefully he's learned a bit from that and he can progress.
You've ridden him in some work. Has he progressed from that, do you think?
He seems to be moving well in the morning, and he's drawn better this time, so hopefully he can sit a bit closer and run over the top of them.
How much improvement as well was there to come fitness-wise from him after that first run?
It's a bit hard to tell. We only went steady in the morning, so we were happy with what he did and how he pulled up. So that's the main thing. He's healthy, and he seems to be more or less in the same mark. So, as I said, from the right gate, from the better gate, hopefully we can have him 1 or 2 lengths closer, and hopefully that'll prove the difference in the finishing.
Yeah, it could be the difference. Matthew's good at that as well, just sneaking up the inside there, almost unnoticed at Happy Valley.
Yeah, no, it was a nice enough debut, and I'll sneak him into the tips.
Yeah, I found a spot for him as well. I thought he's improved since that run as well. So, yeah, no, he's going nicely.
Excellent. All right, that's Victory Power. Now, Zero Hedge we saw in track. This is a trial. It's a very small field, of course, but he's just dominated here.
He has. He hasn't raced since the end of January when he finished 4th behind Applause. Since then, he's had 3 trials. This trial, he led and obviously went all the way. The other 2 trials he's finished well back. He should be getting an ideal run. I was just a little concerned about the 133. He is a horse that's still got potential to improve, but I thought the 133 and the fact that there's a few horses in this race that have had a bit of sort of race fitness recently might be positive for them.
This is 70-70 trialling at Happy Valley, Paul.
Yeah, so you can see he gets a good look here at Happy Valley. Trialled nicely enough. Blinkers go on, hood goes off. I think he'll run a really good race. I've got one to beat him, but I think he's going to be right in the finish.
I liked him on debut when he ran 2nd to Iron Boy, and I do like him as a horse. I'm going to leave him out. I just think where he's drawn and the way the race might unfold, he could end up posted, he could end up in traffic, and I'm not sure he's mentally, you know, sort of that well advanced for that sort of Happy Valley scenario. So I'm going to take a risk on him.
All right, so that's the favourite out for Brett, Paul. But who's on top for
you?
you?
We might be fighting this one because I've got the 2 you've left out in there. Right. I've got Zero Hedge on top. Just I love that trial. Like that trial. He's had 3. He's fit and he's dropped to 17 pounds. So I've got him on top to beat 70-70. We both agree on Victory Power, though. We got him in there for third. And Boy and Boy I threw in there for fourth. Just, I think this race would be run to suit him. So I went 1, 7, 9 and 6 and playing exotics.
Fair enough. I think there are a few chances, but I'm a fan of Butte, actually, the way he's been racing and the endeavour and the way he applies himself. And I just get the feeling that he's got race fitness on his side. He'll get his opportunity here and he'll be an each-way price, so I'm happy to step into him. I've been with him for a while and I'm happy to play him again. He hasn't done anything wrong. Victory Power, I think numero uno from a better barrier can kick up B there. Boy and Boy, if they overcook things, can swamp them all. And then I had, obviously, the two that Paul had in there. I am a fan of 70-70. I just thought, under the situation there on Wednesday night, he might get caught off the track.
Yep, fair enough. Victory Power will be my each-way play in race number 2.